And then son of a fucking bitch, Mark Leiter. And you know what? I'm not even exclusively mad at Mark Leiter at this point.
No, I am.
I am, but I'm also mad at David Ross. And here's the reason for that, Juice. And we're going to dive right into it.
Please do.
I look at yesterday's box score, right? That was a blowout. Cubs weren't going to win that game.
No.
You pitched, the guys that you pitched, Newcomb pitched, whatever, fine. Why aren't you pitching? I know Leiter's been okay this season. I'm not going to sit here and pretend the guy's got a 9 ERA or something because he doesn't. But why not pitch Leiter in yesterday's game? Give me the kid in a high leverage situation. Where the fuck is Jeremiah Estrada today? And then because I know why he wasn't because he pitched yesterday. But why is he pitching in a 7-1 blowout yesterday? Or 6-1 blowout, whatever the fuck it was at the time that he came in. Why? Why are you putting these kids that you call up, you put them on the 40-man? Why? You did it with Brandon Hughes, right? You gave Brandon Hughes a chance to come in high leverage situations, and he performed.
Yeah.
And we saw him again today, and he performed. Why aren't we doing this with Jeremiah Estrada, who throws 98 regularly with the fastball?
Yeah.
Why? Why is he not getting a chance to close a game? Because guess what? If he blows it, at least we all go, at least Ross gave him the shot. Mm-hmm. No, instead you put in Mark Leiter, who not a shot at the guy, probably not with the team next year.
No.
Let's just call him a spade. My Radamatapia here. Let's just call a spade a spade. He's not with the fucking team next year. That honestly is what I think what pissed me off, Juice, because we got to see Manny Rod today. Love that. We got to see Hughes today. Love that. I don't even hate the fact that what's his face? That Wick played, even though he blew a save.
Yeah, he sucks too.
Yeah, he gives me heartburn. Today's episode title is going to be "Pass the Pepto." I have heartburn. Let's see, pass the Pepto for our heartburn. Anyway,
there we go. Love the ticker.
Yeah, but son of a bitch, man. Today was the day I wanted to see Jeremiah Estrada. Today was the day I wanted to see the kid get a chance to close out a game. Because I honestly think next year he could be the closer. I really do. He's got the stuff. He's got, again, he touches 98 regularly with a fastball. That doesn't come around every day, right? Just damn it. That's why I'm so mad. It's because you pitch him in a meaningless game yesterday where you're already losing. I can't do that anymore. I see my arm flap swinging around here. He's pitching in a meaningless ball game yesterday, Juice. And then today, when this is a perfect test for the kid in a season that's already lost. No, instead you pitch a guy that's not even going to be on the fucking roster next year. And that is what made me so mad. And I like David Ross. He's right there. Everybody can see him over my shoulder now. He's screaming into your living room on a daily basis. But son of a bitch, dude, it's what? Again, if he's playing with the mindset of we need to see what these guys have and we have nothing to lose, then put the kid in. Yeah. That's the perfect chance to do it.
And Ron, he had 2 chances to do it. You mentioned that both Wick and Leiter pitched. So it's not just one chance to throw the guy in. No, he had several opportunities to work him in there at the end of the ball game. And if you lose like you lost anyway with, Leiter out there, who cares? At least he was out there and he got the reps. It's the same conversation that we've been having about Rafael Ortega playing every day. It's
yes.
It's the exact same conversation. And
let Nelly V swim.
I'm starting to get really pissed off about the fact that I don't know if David Ross is getting it. You know what I mean? There's a month left of the season. Who cares? Why not? You're eliminated from all of it. None of this matters. Literally, there were watching paint dry or waiting in a doctor's room or waiting room was more valuable than watching any of this today. There were more, and all we are as Cub fans here, a lot of us have accepted the fact that they're not good, and this is a rebuild, right? Yeah. There's no screaming at the top of their lungs anymore because we think we played our way into some riches here. Right. And all we're asking David Ross to do is to play young players, and we keep getting misfits that aren't going to be on this team next year. And that's why you're frustrated. That's why I'm frustrated. Like, I don't care that they lost 2 out of 3 to the Reds. I could care less. None of that matters. None of these games are going to be remembered at all. And if they are, like maybe the Wisniewski one from a couple nights, which is great. But today's ball game.
By the way, Juice, we will have to get your thoughts on Wisniewski because you've been deprived of being on the microphone. But continue. Sorry.
But and if you do remember this game, like if you come up to me and you're like, hey, remember that 4-3 loss? I'm going to send you emails to insane asylums because that's where you belong. So, yeah. And everybody's going to
remember it, Juice.
Yeah,
everybody's going to remember it, Juice, because it was on YouTube TV.
Yeah. God, it makes my ears bleed. I'd rather, seriously, if they ever catch a terrorist, they should just put that in front of them and they'll fess up to whatever's going on, real quick. That's how bad that YouTube broadcast is. It is god awful.
Well, and on top of it too, the mic volume shit, just the whole, right? It's not even just the broadcasters; it's the broadcast itself is awful.
And I mean, I know we're a very professional company here at OnTap Sportsnet, but I feel like we could do a better job of broadcasting that baseball game than they do.
Absolutely.
And I'm the last one to sit and be like, don't make my ears bleed to the broadcasters because, as you know, it's not an easy job to call anything in sports. There's
confirmed. I've tried calling soccer games, Juice, and as somebody who's never played the sport in my life, doesn't know enough to feel competent. Sometimes there are sometimes where I feel like an idiot on the microphone.
But those guys who we listen to today are taking home a check. So hey, thanks for keeping somebody working. But God, that was just awful. There was so much bad about today's game that I think when Seiya Suzuki hit the home run, I'm like, yeah, it's great. They're winning the game, but please just end already. You know what? I've never gotten to the end of a baseball game and wanted somebody to single on the other team so bad than when Jonathan India drove in that run at the end of the game here, because I wanted it to be over. I really did. And I think that we want a lot of that to happen because it's just not – they're not handling the end of this season like I want them to. Wisniewski came up and I was like, oh, he's coming out of the pen? Yeah, okay. I thought he was going to start. Why don't we just start him? Let him grab the ball. And I get, Wade Miley's, he's auditioning for teams and fuck that. What gets you closer to a World Series? Having Wade Miley pitch after a rehab stint or seeing what you have in Wisniewski? The latter. That's exactly what gets you closer today. There are things you can do in a lost season to bridge the gap closer to the competition. Mm-hmm. Those things are easy. It's pitching Estrada when it's a high leverage situation to see what you can do. It's playing Christopher Morel at third base more often so he has the instincts. It's having Wisniewski start a baseball game opposed to piggybacking off of Miley and then just having a strict pitch count. He could have had a strict pitch count by starting. Yeah. It absolutely could have. This series was so frustrating to me, not because they lost it, because of the way they lost it. And there just seems to be no incentive for David Ross to play these guys. There needs to be. And I don't know if maybe it's an in-house thing. Maybe the guys that were drooling over on this podcast are just guys. I hope that's not the case. And I hope I'm not, I haven't lost my mind on, the enamoring of a guy who's just not that great because he's what I have to watch right now. But I truly don't think we're far off with the way that the guys have been playing and what we've seen. There's been spurts of guys that, Christopher Morel's been really good for a while. Wisniewski's, debut was fantastic. I want to see more of those moments. I want to see what they have, and I want these guys to have success. When you don't put them in the position to succeed, you're wasting reps, and that's exactly what has happened this whole series. And at the end of the year, it's just been frustrating to watch.
And I get Fly the Dub's point here too. He says you don't want to crush their confidence, though, and I completely agree. But at the same time, sometimes sitting them on the bench does the exact same thing. Right.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, fuck, I'm doing so bad that you've elected to place somebody over me. So it's a delicate thing. And I think it's a lot of what David Ross still needs to figure out. But we have one guy who we think is figuring it out, which is fantastic. And they're actually letting him fucking play. And I know a lot of that is because they're paying him $17 million a year. But
yeah,
you should treat all these guys like this. But fuck, let Nelly V swim, right? Let Jeremiah Estrada close a game that you have a lead in. Like, you did it with Brandon Hughes. I was happy that they did it with Brandon Hughes. Put him in a high leverage situation and see what happens. Do it with the other fucking kids. Because we clearly saw today that Mark Leiter Jr. can't handle it.